Good morning, everyone. So, I've got the mic here so you can listen to me. It is 5 a.m, so I try and get up at 5 a.m. every weekday. 2 seconds, so if you can see that. Anyway, the reason I get up at 5 a.m. and why you should too is basically if you can work 5 till 1 or 2 of a break and then work 2 till 9, you basically get 2 work days in one. Think about that. You can do double the work in one day. But today I've got a photo shoot, a video production shoot with Live Like Louise starting at 10. So most of my days are going to be taken up doing that. So I'm going to have to get loads of work done before that. Rugby warfare stuff. So I got to set up all the email flows, which I need to show you in this video. I was going to do it yesterday, but I couldn't fit it in. Finish all the emails up. Get some emails, broadcasts sent out, get some new ads running, get some social media posts lined up, and then obviously tomorrow I can get to work on other stuff, but that's the plan today. So I'm going to take you on the little journey with me today, where we're going to try and do 2 work days worth of work into one day. That is the plan, and it's now so early, but first I gotta go and get my coffee. I gotta go and read for an hour, because you gotta put the right things in your brain. It's like eating good food. You gotta eat the good food. You have to put in your mind good quality information, a good information diet. Otherwise your thoughts are gonna suck. You're not gonna have good ideas. So that is the first port of call on this lovely, rainy, early British morning. Hello gang, last time I spoke to you was 5 a.m, it's now 9 a.m. on the dot. So what have I been up to this morning? One, I've been reading loads of, rereading some marketing articles and book segments I've saved just to remind myself of some kind of like ideas and structures and marketing techniques that I need to do moving forward when I'm making these emails. So I'm nearly finished doing all the new email flows. So I've got a spreadsheet now. So the flow is 14 emails long. So when a new customer purchases something, they go through a 14 email flow. It's not 14 days in a row. Some days are split between 2 days, like waiting 2 days. And the reason behind that is, the first 3 emails are basically what they get before the product arrives. So they're going to get, hey, thank you so much for being part of Rugby Warfare. Your order's now currently being processed. It'll be dispatched and be with you in the next 3 to 5 days. And build up hype, give some reviews. The second email goes out the next day. So what does it mean by living the rugby lifestyle is the thing. Is like, why buy a rugby clothing brand over Nike or stuff like that? A bit more about the brand, educate them on the brand, engage them with the content. Email 3 is our 4,000 player rugby study, so it's more like a content, maybe establish a bit of authority. We've gone out and done that study, we've gone out and spoke to many players, professional, amateur, semi-pro, and it just takes them to a blog post. Then obviously they get their order pretty much, and after they get their order, the email 4 goes out, is interview with CEO of Rugby Warfare. So I did an interview on a podcast a few years ago that basically encapsulated everything, why I created the brand, what it means to me, and why I think that the 3 C's are important: content, community and clothing, why it all comes together. So they'll have a chance to listen to that and obviously get more insight into the brand they've just bought from, which is important. Email 5 is join our product development group. So I showed that in the video yesterday. I'm not sure if this is gonna be part of the same video, but where, I'm in the Facebook group. I've got 100 plus of my golden customers, my top raving fans in there, giving suggestions and new ideas, commenting on sketches and stuff like that. So I'm giving these people now a chance to join that group from the start. So now they're now part of this new brand, this new movement. So they've just bought a piece of clothing. They've been given an email, say it's on its way, that it arrives on time, which was me 100% sure this time logistically. Every order sent out next day delivery, regardless of they're paying 3 to 5 days, just because I want the order to get to them as soon as possible. And then they're basically getting a bit more background information on the brand. Okay, this is quite cool, I didn't know that. And then it's like, hey, do you want to be part of the design process of the product you just purchased? And they're like, damn right, I will. So that's great. So I'm just working through all of these now. I've got a few more to go. And then I'll share you the flows on my screen But right now, I got to go to a meeting for our content creation for Live Like Live Easier, the company I co-founded. So we're doing a Christmas challenge, and I know this is a Rugby Waffle revival, so you're not going to care as much about that, but I'm going to be out filming all day. I'll take my camera with me so you can see some behind the scenes and how that happens. But for now, I do believe that you have to act with urgency. You've got to put in the hours to make things a success, because there's so many people trying to do the same, and if you're not going to do it, someone else is going to do it. So I'll leave you with that. Show you some scenes of the shooting. We'll come back to the emails later on.
We all need to enjoy this Christmas more than ever, and that's why we've created a 6-week challenge to help you guys with your mental and physical health.
Oh yeah? How are you going to do that then?
Let me show you. So to get you guys started, we're offering 7 live workouts a week.
Morning.
Morning, ladies. So we brought in a leading expert in the field of stress to help you guys combat that over a potentially stressful period. So this year we've added a really fun cooking element to the challenge, where you guys can basically access a bunch of recipes that I've custom created. You can cook them at home with your friends and family and stay on track because they're healthy and they have macros included. Woo! Ooh.
6 major points with a bonus feature. There's a lot to be had over the next 6 weeks. What choice are you going to make? Merry Christmas, and we hope to see you on November 9th.
Hello everyone. What a day, right? Been filming this Christmas challenge video for the day. Back now to finish this email flow I've made. It's taken me ages to build it, but once you build this, it's evergreen. Okay, so email flows. The reason you set up email flows is because, one, it's going to bring you back revenue without you having to do extra work. So you build the system once and then happy days, evergreen. Second of all, it's good for the customer experience to have emails coming through after they buy, especially before their order arrives, just to reaffirm that they've done the right decision in ordering from you. And third of all, it's always good to get used to your customer, it's always good that your customer gets used to you sending emails. So you never want to be that business that like shies away from email, never sends it, then when you do send an email, they're like, who the hell is this? And just blacklists you or like unsubscribes. You want people to get used to your contact through email, because as I'll cover in another video, daily emails are one of the main features of my marketing campaigns, or marketing tactics maybe is the correct word. But let's get started now. So now, the first email is obviously welcome to Rugby Warfare. So it's just been set up, you know, we haven't got much traffic to these emails yet, they're brand new. So this is the first email. Welcome to Rugby Warfare. The purpose of this is just to reconfirm that order's going to come in 3 to 5 business days, but I do plan to get them in the next 1 to 2 days. So we over deliver basically, under promise, over deliver, always best way. Join the community. So a little bit about Rugby Warfare, what we, you know, this is kind of done in America when I did the Silicon Valley Touch Rugby tournament between Google, Apple, Facebook and Tesla. Tesla did win, if you wanted to know. Then just rugby values and what we believe in. You can read our articles here, so check out our blog. Okay, and then then documenting the revival journey, which you're watching right now. That's email 1, nice and easy. Email number 2, so you wait a day. So what do we mean by the rugby lifestyle? Because that's what we're basically selling. We're not selling clothing, we're selling the lifestyle. Again, so this image will have to change actually. But coming down here, we consider ourselves the rugby lifestyle brand. But what does that mean? And this comes a bit more backstory from Wales, you know, blood. We produce clothing, we do articles, we post content on Instagram. We've got a Facebook group. Join the product development Facebook group, which is key for our future as a brand, and I'll go into a complete video on the product development group. So far it's been absolutely amazing. I got a Zoom call in a few days with the women. I created a group to go over women's product as well, which is going to be super useful. Then we got, so this is the email then. Let's have a look here. So the third email is, you know, the study we did. We asked 4,000 rugby players. Bit more reaffirming the brand again, right? So we're talking about 4,000 players. We want to create useful content. Rugby Warfare to represent something. You know, view the study, which is really good infographic we did on, you know, how much times people like difference between amateur, semi-pro, and professional and stuff like that. So really good infographic that people love. So we do want to make sure everybody that becomes a customer is aware we've done that. Then wait 2 days. Here's an interview. So this is another piece of content about brand. This is a interview I did with the I Am CEO podcast. It's like only 20 minutes long, so they can listen to that and read basically what I've said in the last 3 emails in the audio format, and just see how I come across and talking about the brand and what it means to me. So again, building brand, building trust. Wait 2 days, join the product development group as a specific call to action, because I do want people to join this group. And as you can see by the emails, they've all got a certain layout. So you've got a tag up here, logo, 2 key things there, nice image, title, copy, call to action, copy, another call to action, and then just like ends off with some more products, need help. And then above the unsubscribe button, I'm reaffirming again the brand. So I'm telling them, thanks for supporting Rugby Warfare. We're a community, we're a small independent brand, and email is crucial for the way we communicate, basically. Just to basically say, like, just hold on for a second if you're thinking of unsubscribing. If you want to support the brand, the best way is to keep opening these emails, and then, that does reduce the unsubscribe number. Go down to why do people buy Rugby Warfare, and then we got, so this is kind of, I asked the product development group a question, why did you buy from Rugby Warfare? And some awesome answers. I couldn't fill all of them in because it'd just be like, the email would be too long, image heavy, but designed by people who know what players and spectators want, great quality and cheaper, mass produced, big companies, mass produced, independent company, because of how you started, a fellow Welsh lad, love that. Personalised rugby brand that could be used multi-purpose, yeah, 100%, athleisure. Spartan range because the design was different. So yeah, and then obviously I've got a countdown from the last email talking about, look, you got 20% off. Sorry, you got use code 20T for 10% off. That should be 20%. For 20% off the t-shirt order. Because basically they've bought once here, they've got their order. By about this time, they've got their order, yeah. Then this is more brand building. Join the product development group, another brand building thing. Why do people buy Rugby Warfare? To reaffirm why they're all part of this community. And also just like reminder, did you claim your 20% off yet? And then after that, it goes to our best workers boost performance, a bit of brand. And the winner is maybe you. This email's about, look, we're doing giveaways every month on our email list and our Instagram. So I'm trying to get them now to go to the Instagram so we can get all of our followers on Instagram, cross-platform. Then here's like, we need help. And this is about like Erin, like doing a survey. And if I go to the survey, we've already got, I sent an email out as well for this, but it won't show me, but got about 250 responses within one day when I sent that email out as a campaign. But like now it's going to come through automatically. So I'm going to get reviews automatically from people, and that's going to be massive. I'll do a complete video on what you do with feedback, but as a brand, you need to get reviews about everything you do. Even if what you're doing sucks, you need to know it sucks so you can improve it. You got to read the comments without putting too much emotion into it. I found it really difficult at the start to read, to read even positive feedback. It just felt a bit cringe, or like negative ones I couldn't just handle it. But now I read all of them and I don't react to either, and I just take them all on board, very constructive, and I'll take it from there. But it's definitely something you need to get used to. Like, you're never going to feel comfortable straight away reading feedback because you get nervous. You want everyone to love you, but that's not what happens. And then the last bit is, do you want to get extra £10 cash? And this is like, we want to get video reviews. So I'd love people to send in a video, then wearing a top or a shirt or a jacket. And we can use it on social media as ads, and user-generated content as ads work really well. But yeah, you can get your gift by sending us a video, and then just a reminder you're to take the survey, and then a reminder about the YouTube series. So that's kind of the flow. So just to finish off, welcome. What it means to be part of this new community or new brand you've just bought off, and your order's on its way. Don't worry. Here, dedicated to creating amazing content for you guys. Creating primary research, infographic to help them understand how they should train better. Interview with the owner of the company, me, just to see more background on why I started, another brand builder. This is another brand builder, plus bringing them into the product development fold, which makes them more part of the brand again and gives us amazing feedback. Why do people? This is kind of like to reaffirm, okay, so people do think the same as me about the brand and why I bought it, and it gives that togetherness of the community. Reminder to take the 20% off the next order, so they can just kind of like, you know, get more of the brand in, utilize the offer, and if not, it's gone. But that's fine, it's just to get like another order in. Here's an article on our workouts we do that people love. This is a talk about the giveaway. So being part of this email list, you're getting access to awesome giveaways, but also we do them on Instagram. So make sure you're following us on Instagram. Here saying, look, we need help. Feedback would be amazing. Please give us feedback if you can, which is super important. And then this is like, if you reminder about feedback, but also if you want to do a video review for us in a rugby outfit top and explain it, then we'll give you 10 quid cash or 10 pound off your next order. And that's the flow. You don't have to build it exactly like this, but you definitely need a welcome series flow for every new customer. Remember, new customer, if a customer does a second order, you don't want them to go through this again. So this is the customer flow once they make their first purchase with you. Once this is set up, and it takes ages, but once it is set up, it's evergreen and will bring you back lots of money and branding and basically guide your customer through the journey with you as a brand. But yeah. So you've just seen the Clavio finished flow, which is great. I want to finish this video off with an email I sent out yesterday. I basically send out, I try and do like daily emails on my personal brand, so scottlear.com, Rugby Warfare, and Live Like Louise. So I try and do daily emails on all of them. Sometimes I don't succeed because it is a lot, gets me into the writing, but I've done an email yesterday that resonated with a lot of people, and it's the 18 rules I try and live by. I didn't make up all of these rules. Some of them I've obviously written most of myself, but I've taken some ideas from other ones I've seen this resonate with me over time. So here we go, 18 rules to live by. Get your pen out, let's go. Number 1, get out and stay out of your comfort zone. Jim Rohn famously says, you think trying is risky, wait until you get the bill for not trying. Everything is risky. And staying still is the riskiest move. Number 2, never give up. Did you give up trying to learn to drive after your disastrous first lesson? Don't think so. How about riding your bike for the first time? No. It just takes time. Stop being an idiot about it and realize that everything worth doing takes time. If it were easy, everyone would be doing it. Classic saying. When you're ready to quit, you're closer than you think. There's an old Chinese saying that I just love, and I believe it is true. It goes like this: the temptation to quit will be the greatest just before you are able to succeed. Very true. 4, we suffer more in imagination than reality. Just so true. How many times have you thought something disastrous happens and you're like, oh, it wasn't that bad? Focus on what you want to have happen. So remember that old saying, as you think, so shall you be. Or Henry Ford, famous saying, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you are right. Take things a day at a time. No matter how difficult your situation is, you can get through it if you don't look too far into the future and focus on the present moment. You can get through anything one day at a time. The Festina Lente was a saying said to Augustus, one of the first Roman emperor. He had people tell him Festina Lente, if I'm saying that right, in his ear all the time, which meant make haste slowly. Also, like, to make sure that every day you act with urgency, but also, you know, you can only take things one day at a time. You can't rush things. You've got to have a cool head, but you've got to work hard every day. So the military have a saying about reloading a gun: slow is smooth, smooth is fast. So if you try and rush ammo in your gun up, you're going to just mess it up. But if you do it smooth, that's always the fastest option. So remember that. Next rule, always be moving forward. Never stop investing in yourself. Never stop improving. Never stop doing something new. When anything stops growing, it dies. Same for humans. Be quick is the next one. General George Patton said, a good plan violently executed today is far better than a perfect plan tomorrow. So stop being a perfectionist. Quality equals quantity over time. Reps, 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 reps. Measure everything of a significance. Anything that is measured and watch improves. You can't improve what you can't measure. So it's important to be the scientist of your own life. Make the unconscious conscious. There's a good quote that is, if you don't make the unconscious conscious, then it will guide your life and you call it fate. So try and think about what you're doing unconsciously. Are you sleepwalking through life? If you are, wake up. Pay attention to others, but pay more attention to what you're doing. So when you look at others, remember that everything looks perfect from a distance. Even the planet Earth, if you get far enough into space, it looks like a beautiful, peaceful place, and we know it's not. Everything looks perfect from a distance. The Instagram influencer, the business, the family, don't be fooled, okay? So never, and then the next one, never expect life to be fair. It's not fair, get over it, that's it. Nothing more I can say about it. Solve your own problems. So a wise man keeps his own counsel. And I'd say, you know, the Stoics would say they'd have an imaginary council of mentors in their brain and they ask them for advice, but ultimately it's up to you to solve your own problems. You can't rely on others all the time. Don't take yourself too seriously, so just lighten up, find humour in the darkest of times. I love dark humour, that's why I love Ricky Gervais. I love, what's his name? Anthony Jeselnik. Just being able to bring humour out in the darkest times gives you a laugh, it gives you a bit of hope, gives you a smile. And then the last one is, there's always a reason to smile, find it. What I will say now is, there is a saying that goes around that the chances of you being born is 400 trillion to 1. I have no idea how they come up with that number. Even if it's fake, let's go with it, because it's a big number, and it just shows how lucky you are to be born. How lucky are you now to be born into a world where it's technology, where this is beaming into a satellite back down to you. You're watching a YouTube video by some random Welsh bloke on YouTube. How lucky are we to be in such comfort, like, when back in the day it was completely different, way worse. Always basically survival was the main thing. But I'm gonna finish on that. Those are the 18 rules, and I hope you enjoy them.